How we doing? It's going well? You guys having a good time? It's a hoot, right? Because my hat's an owl. That's why. All right. Whew. So, yeah, sometimes I sit down to pee. And I read somewhere that that's good for your prostate. So, consider that, guys. Treat yourself right. Just want to give you that little advice before we get started here. I want to try something, and I don't know if it's going to work. So if it doesn't work, we're just not going to do it, okay? But just bear with me. I want to see what happens when I... Okay, I think it's going to work. All right. All right, that's gonna get us segued nicely into my next point. Not a lot of people know this, but I actually learned to beatbox from my cat. Yes, nice little kitty. So one morning, I'm eating my oats, morning oats, because it's morning. And I hear a ruckus, okay? Naturally, I think intruder, I spring into action. It wasn't an intruder this time, it was my cat, okay? And it's my cat named Isis. I didn't want to say the name. It's not about the terrorist organization, it's the Egyptian goddess. Get to know your mythology. So this cat is bent over, okay? Making some noises. More or less, it's something like... I don't know if you can hear that. The mic can't really pick it up, but it's something like, it's little bit gaggy. And at first I'm like, oh no, Isis has given herself one too many baths. Wrong. I figured it out. She was working on her bass, okay? It's like, just imagine that in more of like a pukey way. It doesn't come through. So anyway, I start doing it along with her. I want to learn how to beatbox. These are my pre-beatbox days, because obviously I'm incredible at it now, so. So anyway, I start doing it. She starts getting angry. She starts hissing, she's like, but then I'm like, wait a minute, she's not hissing. She's working on her hi-hat cymbal, right? It's like, so I start doing it. I'm like, I'm killing it, right? This could not go wrong in any way, could it? Well, it could. Pretty soon, cats from the neighborhood start showing up in my house. I don't know how they got there, but a few nights go by. Before I know it, I'm running a feline nightclub. That's right, okay? Isis is on DJ, she's like, okay? Cat's hanging from blinds and stuff. It's crazy. Some cat comes up to me. It's like, hey, try this. I'm like, oh my God, a talking cat, But as soon as I get past that, I'm like, I've never tried catnip before, It's crazy. There's hair everywhere. It's getting in my mouth. Anyway, that should segue nicely to my next thing. Speaking of hair, I needed a haircut the other day, and I needed a haircut something fierce, okay? I was shaggy. So shaggy, I could have joined a mystery gang. One that dealt specifically with crimes involving perpetrators in costume. Yeah. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Best Boss, you're gonna cut your hair when you could have this lucrative career in mystery solving? Well, it was very shaggy. I had to do something, okay? I don't know if you've been to this barber in town. Anybody? Show of hands. Who's been to the barber? This guy, that guy, that guy. Nope, touching your ear. Anybody else? Nope, okay. Well, he is interesting. You should check him out. It's a little sign, says something like Master Barber, which got me excited when I first saw it, okay? I felt like it was the kind of thing minstrels would introduce, They'd be like, introducing Master Barber from the province of New York, yeah? I don't know why it becomes New York, yeah, it just sounds kind of cool. Is this still on? Nope, okay. Yeah, so his name is Knut. Yeah, sounds foreign. Get Donald Trump on the phone, okay? He's either a terrorist or he's taking our jobs. And look at this, taking the job of a barber in town. I could have had that job, you know? Think about it. I didn't really want to get into this. That was an aside. Leave that behind. So I go in there, and this is a character, okay? I step inside. It's a rainy day. It's a little gray out. He doesn't budge. He doesn't even say a word. He just looks at me. I'm like, there must be something on my face. Nothing. I'm like, nice weather out here, right? Get it? Because it was raining. That's why I said it. He doesn't say anything. He's still standing there. I'm like, do you have any openings? I don't know why I said it. Nobody else was in the place. It was like, he motioned for the chair, you know? He is a silent man. I think he took that vow that those monks take sometimes, but it was the barber version. So I sit down in the chair, and I'm like, this guy is really committed to this serious bit, you know? He's like, he's not saying anything, so I start testing him. I'm like, how about those Yankees? He doesn't move. I start to get into the more nitty-gritty stuff. I'm like, how about the Jews? Now, I'll tell you, in my travels, I have found that saying something like that really tends to polarize a conversation. But luckily, he had the right amount of, you know, offendedness on his face that meant he passed with flying colors. That wasn't the source of his silence. So anyway, he's cutting my hair, I'm telling him what I want, stuff like that. But he's so silent, I start to get nervous. I'm like, something must be wrong. Nobody's this silent. But if there's anything I've learned from movies, you don't ask the criminally insane what is wrong. They do not respond well. I'm thinking about it, I'm working up the courage. I'm like, if something is wrong, maybe I can help this man in his day. As I'm thinking this, he finishes up the haircut, pulls out a straight razor. I'm like, here we go, he's gonna Sweeney Todd me. I'd say, best boss, you're going in a meat pie, you know? I'm like, I don't need a shave. His face was like, yeah, I know you don't need a shave. You got that peach fuzz all over your face, you know? I don't know why he was so judgmental when I made him say things in my mind. But, so he explains, he's like, no, it's for, you know, like your neck, mostly. This is a thing master barbers do. If you don't go to a master barber, you don't know, okay? I learned. Cuts it, it's fine. That's the end of that. But then, my hair got shaggy again. Once again, I was asking Scooby-Doo where he was, if you understand. Like, my hair, it's really long. That's all I'll do of that, you know. You don't have to ask me to stop. So, I go back to Canute, right? Because he does a good cut, or he does a decent cut. But this time, I decide I'm gonna out-silence him, okay? I'm not gonna say a word. Well, right off the bat, it's tricky, because I go inside and nobody's there. I'm a little nervous. I feel like I'm breaking and entering. Canute could show up at any minute with his straight razor and take me out as an intruder, okay? He'd be within his rights. Finally, he pops his head around a corner, you know, does one of these. I just give him a nod. I'm like, I'm supposed to be here, you know? In my head, all right? He motions for the chair. I'm like, I go down. Here's a chair. Sit down. He gives me some kind of like, what do you'll have face. I just go. He nods. Starts getting to work. He's chopping away. I don't even know what he's doing up there because I'm keeping solid eye contact. I feel like Jonah right before he goes to the belly of the beast, you know? Belly of the beast. Well, that would have been funnier if I said it, you know, with the proper articulation. Anyway, he's cutting, right? I got the eye contact. Finally he finishes. He brings out the razor. I play it cool. I'm like, I know this part. He just does it. I feel good about myself. Comes time to pay. Like I said, this guy is committed to the act. He doesn't say anything, he just stands near the chair. He doesn't go to any cash register, he doesn't ring you up. You know, he just stands there. So I keep the eye contact. I extend a bill. I have no idea the denomination. Okay? He takes it. He hands back a bill. Again, I have no idea. Put it in the pocket. I nod. I leave. You're like, wait a minute, how do you know you got a good haircut if like you're just spending your whole time staring into this guy's eyes, you know, analyzing the micro expressions to be able to know what's going on? Well, I must remind you, he's a master barber. Or so I thought. I get home. I look in the mirror. He butchered me! Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks a lot.